Hey, it's on here. Wait a minute. I just jumped off that quick. Hey, purpose for me. Why it shows 0 views? Don't show nobody. Okay, here it shows. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Ruthie. I'm just sitting here at Discount Tires up here in Snellville, getting my back tire replaced. Of course, I need to buy two new tires, but for now, I'm getting one for the back tire. It is like down to the wire. It ain't got no thread. It's just down to the wire. So, but I got a good price. It's like $120, 120. I think it was 100. Yeah, I think it was $120 or something like that. Hey, DT Star. They said last time I had bought some tires here, I bought the top of the line tires for my beautiful Kia Optima yoke. But I said, nope, I ain't got that kind of money no more to be buying no expensive tires. And besides, I ain't had that many miles on my car. I wasn't doing these gig jobs at the time. Now, I'm not saying I didn't buy no tires since then, but I had to buy the next to the cheapest tires. So they said it'll give me 50,000 miles. And I said, you know what, just give me the next to the cheapest tires. And just to take me basically back to South Carolina, to South Carolina and back, and then I'll buy me some more tires for the other two later. So let's talk about maintenance of a car and the biggest expense. Now, of course, brakes can be a bigger expense, but tires, 4 tires, it could cost you a pretty good money depending on the type of car you got. But importance of getting some good tires if you continue to do these gig jobs, you do have to factor that in. So, but to me, one of the things is the pay. The pay that you get paid for these gig jobs now, it's like you're gonna not make any profit at all. Especially if you have to buy, say, like my tires, I probably have to spend, hey, those tires are expensive. I gotta get brakes and soon yikes, and they ain't one thing is the, yeah, it's if one thing is the other. And then it's like, trying to set aside monies to cover basic expenses like that, it's like it's almost impossible. And I know a lot of people like to say, oh, I'm gonna do the lease option, and that way I ain't gonna put so much wear and tear in my regular car. Let me lease a car through Uber, which Uber doesn't do anymore. And then Lyft offers the lease option, and they not making any money. They know it. They not making no money. That's why you don't hear them talk about these leasing options. But in my opinion, doing a lease option to do these gig jobs and the pay, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. If I'm going to use my car as these gig jobs, I might as well take full advantage of the depreciation and the deductions and write-offs. But to a certain point, I'm not really trying to do so many miles on my car anymore in terms of pay. Now, let me tell you what happened last night with the. So, so after that, I was like, I looking at the itinerary. It was like 6:30, and I was only at my second place to pick up. No, the third place to pick up, because North Lake Mall and Best Buy and Tucker is down the street. It's like literally like point 0.3. So I'm like, wait the hell. One place they wanted me to go to was Mitchell Street. I said, Mitchell Street? I said, there ain't no apartments and anything on Mitchell Street, heart of downtown, y'all. So I told them they had to remove that because I said that's probably a government business, a government office building. I know they would been closed. They would have closed long ago, way closed. So I told them they had to remove it because I said y'all wanted me to go from Tucker to downtown and all over, so they removed it. And luckily they did. So anyway, the last I went there, went on my routes, picking up the orders and deliveries, dropping them off. The very last place I had to go to was all the way down. Now I know some of y'all are not from Atlanta, but those who are from Atlanta, you know where the prison is, where the movie theater, the drive-through movie theater, the only one they got in the country, way down Moreland Avenue. If you drive down way down Moreland Avenue, that's where the Atlanta Penitentiary is. Yes, there's a prison in Atlanta. It's a penitentiary. It's like in the hood. It's like beyond hood. There's nothing out there other than truck stops. I'm thinking I'm going to a residential house. I drove all the way to past the prison, and it was this truck. It was like where all these trucks. And I was like, what the hell? I called the person on the phone, right? She answers the phone. She tells me she canceled the order from Best Buy and they refunded her money. So at that point, it was already 9:15, 9:20. Best Buy had been closed. So I had to take the thing home. So the thing is in my trunk, in my car, and I'm getting my tires replaced. So I was like, I called deliv and I told them, I said, first of all, y'all gave me all these orders to go. Now I don't mind doing it because I'm getting paid a lot of miles. And I said, lately I've been getting orders to businesses and they've been closed. And I call, I try to Google map it and see, I said, make sure that I'm not going to a business. And some you could tell is a business because a lot of the addresses I start to recognize, especially if it has apartment numbers and stuff. It's apartment. And if it's past 5 o'clock at night, usually people should be home. Most people are home. So when I checked my mileage yesterday, when I got home, I drove from my house to all these places I went. I drove 98 miles. And I ended my mileage now. Deliv subtract 17 miles from your delivery because I guess that's the way they collect their fee. They get a fee. And so today I said they got me, I got a block from 48. But they also get so this thing keeps reconnecting. So I'm going to be I'm going to calculate the miles from that way of that truck stop depot or whatever you want to call it all the way back home. So that was another 23, no, that's 30 something miles. I'm going to say 35 just to round it up. 35 miles, and then I'm going to calculate the miles from here back to the store. So when I call them today and tell them that I have returned the package back to Best Buy, hey Gina in the house, I'm going to be giving them the mileage of 45 miles because I'm going to account for my miles from driving to this business back home and then driving back to the business outside of my block that I got today. Now, I don't know if they're going to give me any deliveries today. They probably will. But next week's pay with deliv should be quite, I should do pretty good. So, because when I started deliv earlier this year, I didn't do deliv around the holidays. So it's going to be interesting to see how busy they are in regards to deliveries. But I've gone to every Best Buy in Atlanta, and all of them are hiring. All of them. They're looking for people for the holidays. So anybody looking for a job, and you need some part-time job, Alpharetta, there's one Best Buy at Alpharetta. They had an open house coming up. Oh shoot, I had an open house to go to today. You know what? I don't want to go to that one. It was errands, Aaron's Rent Center in Memorial Drive. I signed up to go to an open house, some job fair they was having. I don't know if I want to do that. Besides, I'm not even dressed to go to an open house unless I decide to put on this suit that I got that's in the car. But I doubt that I'll be going over there. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. I doubt it. I don't want to do that. I was thinking about it at first, but I said, I'm already supposed to start this other job in a couple weeks that I was supposed to start a couple weeks ago. I'm still waiting for the Chick-fil-A and the ADP, so I'm getting a little bit anxious in regards to when I'm supposed to hear back from them from the third final step, but I haven't heard anything back. So I emailed the recruiter today, this morning, to inquire about has there been any updates, and I just don't want to be offered, well, to put it this way, I don't want to be interviewed on the final stage when I'm supposed to start T-Tech on the 12th. And, I just don't want to start something and then turn around. They say, oh, can you come in for a final interview? I don't want to take no chance of not reporting to a job that I was already offered to go to interview for another one that is starting, because I thought that they was going to I would at least hear something back this week or next week. So I guess in many ways I shouldn't be worried or concerned about not hearing anything back from these other two, Chick-fil-A or the ADP yet, but at least I'll be working soon in a couple of weeks. They still looking for people at this company I work for. It's in Duluth. And my coworker, former coworker from Wipro, now she works with me at this, she works at this other company that I got offered a job from. They said they were looking for team leads, quality analysts, and some other ones for opportunities of promotion. So the good side about it is that I know that this other company that I already took the job from, they all have room for growth since they're pretty new, a pretty new office. So, that's a good thing. At least I know that having options with interviewing with other companies, I still have another job waiting for me to start. So I will be starting. I already accepted a job. They already text me last week. They called me today. They called me yesterday. They said, are you still interested? Are you still available? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, yes. At some point in time, you can't, you have to kind of accept something that comes along and not turn things down. It's not that bad. And two, it probably won't be so stressful anyway. And like I told y'all before in previous videos, if you're doing this thing full time, these ride sharing gig jobs, it gets to a point where you have to kind of like say that these jobs doing Instacart or Ship or Grubhub or whomever, DoorDash, they're not flexible as they say to be. I know a lot of people give that argument about, well, you got a freedom to work when you want, but if you don't work, you don't get paid and you ain't got no money. And then you sit up there with no place to live and everything else. But at the same time, how flexible are they really? How really flexible are they? They're really not that flexible as it appears to be. Because in any type of job you do, there's peak time, there's time frames that people are going to need rides. At certain times people are going to order food. It's still going to be during lunch, lunchtime, Then there's dinner, and then there's the weekends. But then those type of these type of gig jobs, after a while, it gets old. People are not companies may not want to continue with using the services of Uber Eats and Grubhub to do food deliveries. They may have a issue of, well, we don't have the staff to do the food, or we may not have people to work at their restaurant. So at the same time, they may not even need the services anymore. And I noticed that that's happening, particularly with small, private, individual restaurants. A lot of those restaurants, they may not be doing as well. They may not be financially able to keep the restaurant open. So those small restaurants, mom and pop restaurants that used Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash and all the rest of them 2 years ago, now they may be, you know what, we don't have the capital to continue to pay all these companies 35, 40% of their revenue because they use the services to expand the business, which is usually. But what happens to a restaurant where people are saying, okay, we're ordering food to take out, but you have a big, huge restaurant with a lot of space, and you're paying rent. So you may not be breaking, you may not be profitable. And if you're not profitable, what happens to those restaurants? It goes under. It closes. And the reason why I say that is because yesterday when I was driving, I left Lenox Mall at Macy's, and I looked at the corner. I said, wait a minute, where's Houston's? Houston's used to be at this corner. Where are they at? They closed down. I saw the building for sale. And for those who live in Atlanta, remember this real estate black guy? Him and T.I. and all these black so-called celebrities was protesting in front of the Houston's last year in the summer because he claimed that Houston's wouldn't serve him and his entourage of people. And he had it on tape, even though I think he was bullying them. I said, first of all, that Houston's is so small, they told them they couldn't accommodate all the people to sit together at a table, but he purposely taped it, in my opinion. His name was Jay Morrison, and he was out there striking Houston's and all that stuff. And they didn't shut Houston's down because of their little stupid strike. Houston's was shut down because, one, the restaurant was so old and people were not eating out as much, and then with the real estate prices in Atlanta, particularly in Buckhead, was so expensive and super, super high, the restaurant wasn't profitable for several years, and they finally closed down. So I was like, well, damn, if they closed down and they used to be popping and had a lot of things going on, what about some of these other low-end restaurants could easily close down? Applebee's being one of them. Applebee's been losing money for years. Applebee's it's not been profitable like they used to be. It's a lot of places. So you have to look at like the economy affects restaurants. If restaurants are not doing well, they always hiring cooks, they always hiring people to work there, but people are not working those little $2.13 an hour as a waitress because they're not making money because a lot of people are not eating out. They want to take out food. And if they're taking out food, these restaurants has this big real estate, they have this big space. So if they decide to say, you know what, we don't need a 20,000 square foot restaurant because people are not coming in, they have to shut down. They may have to find someplace, another location that's smaller and cheaper. Real estate prices dictates the economies of different sectors. If that's going down and Uber being one, Uber Eats or Grubhub, DoorDash, their bottom line gets affected too. You know, it gets affected too. So when people say, well, oh, why they not offering any more bonuses? They not offering any more surges and this, that, or what? No other. You have to look at. Oh yeah, I remember. So you have to look at the state of the economy. You know, the gig economy will always rise. It's always going to be some sort of gig economy, but it depends on what type of gig economy you're looking at. Food deliveries is based on the health of the economy when it comes to the service industry, and those changes affects us as independent contractors. So rather than focusing on, oh, we need to get more money, we need more money, we need more pay, look at the decrease in the money you've made from a year ago. Hey, Linda. I never seen this name before. Linda Belmer. Welcome. If you're a subscriber, subscribe to my channel, because I don't do professional editing in videos. I keep it raw. I don't know how to edit videos or anything of such. But anywho, so look at how things are changing in your areas. Everybody says, oh, it depends on the area. It depends on, yes, it depends on the market that you're in. But it's still it's all the same. You know, it's still all the same. Because I know that the difference between 2 years ago, when I first started doing these gig jobs, and then when I started doing more of the the deliveries in the food, I noticed how the restaurants that I tended to deliver to were small, independent, mid-sized, not major chains. It wasn't major chains. It wasn't McDonald's. It wasn't Burger King. It wasn't Chick-fil-A or Applebee's or any of those big chains. When I first started doing all these gig jobs, it was local, grown restaurants. Sorry, but Applebee's needs to shut down. It's outdated and good. Seems like they pre-made one. Yeah, exactly. Applebee's is about to go out of business anyway. I was reading something about Applebee's and Subway and I know what you mean. It's true. It is. Applebee's, Subway, there's some other ones. I just can't think of them. They all gonna be closing down. Nobody's not eating those type of restaurant food coming in there at the food bar and no, they're not doing that no more. They said, everything is so focused on the millennials. All the millennials, everything ain't no damn millennial. They're not the only ones who eat and buy. But at the same time, the change of people socializing, how people are socializing and going out and stuff, it's not the same. And it's not the same with these food apps either. At one point, I used to go in there, I used to see 4 or 5 different people from different bags, and it would be multiple people picking up food at restaurants at one time, and they couldn't keep up. The restaurant couldn't keep up with the task, and they couldn't keep up with the orders when it was hot, and they just didn't have the staff. Some of them they were so backed up with it, they had to turn off the app. They turned off the app because they didn't have enough people in the cooking staff to keep up. But in the meantime, when you're looking around at the restaurants, you didn't see a lot of people in the restaurant ordering food, but they had all that real estate space. If you still have to pay your real estate space in the restaurant, and then order more people to cook to accommodate takeout. So what some of these restaurants did, they had to close. Hey, Lynn, I'm just sitting here waiting for my tire to be replaced. I finally got a tire. I was down to the dang, the economy has completely changed. There's no more pensions or unions, and it seems Like it's slowly becoming a reflection of third world economy, no health care, none. Yeah, exactly. People are outsourcing jobs, not to India. Please don't make that argument. Oh, it's going to India. It's being automated, not going to other countries. Some of them is going to other countries, but a lot of them is in-house sourced. And what I mean by that is they're hiring people to work from home to take jobs in customer service here in the United States, but they're paying you less than the typical. Okay, Lenny. Hey, I got your email by the way. We could talk about that when we speak on the phone. I was thinking about coming up there that weekend because I looked at it. It's like an hour and 45 minutes, so I'll probably make a trip up there to the mountains. I could make a day trip, go up there, but we discussed that off camera between me and you. But it's like all these restaurants when they was making some really good money doing these food deliveries at these smaller restaurants, it's not even exist anymore. Now you go into fast food. Every fast food, you do DoorDash, you do Grubhub, you go into KFC, McDonald's, Burger King. People are either jumping into the gig economy or hawking books like coaching or whatever. Snake oil selling have no shade here, but yeah, that's true. That's true. But I know one thing: if the economy, which we will enter another bad economy again. I'm not being negative, but things goes in cycles. But companies are not even hiring. Everybody's either at 1099 and independent contractors, and you could get paid very well depending on what type of service you wish to provide, especially if it's something related to technology. If it's something related to technology, big data, and you want to, you have to shift in terms of what's the needs. These companies could pay little to nothing because they know that people's going to jump at it to do food deliveries. They're going to do these gig jobs that pays low, so they're never going to pay any money. They're never going to pay. I told people 2 years ago. I said, don't be referring these. Don't be passing out your referral cards and trying to make you think you're making a little bit of extra money to get a referral. When the fact that the more people you put out there and referrals, you still have to make the quota to get the bonus. So if you're not making the quota to make the bonus, you putting up there all these people to do the deliveries. Everybody, it's only so many deliveries that people are going to make, and they know it. These companies know it. That's why they pay the big bucks to those data analysts, data scientists, and people who keep track of data. Because the way they see it is, okay, yeah, let's go out there and give this promotion, and you get an extra amount of money if you do a referral. But the catch is you got to get so many rides to do it. And then in order for you to get the bonus, you got to be out there to get that bonus. You got to be out there 10 hours a day to do it. That's not flexible to me. And then when you go to work, they want you to work too hard. You're so drained from work, you have no strength to personal life and family. Yep, exactly. Everybody is stressed because you too busy doing something outside, and then you working a regular job, and you know, you know. That's why my whole goal is to pay off this car that I got earlier than before, by the end of this year, and and just choose my schedule wisely as to how much driving I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna, if I could say I could make so much in a month while cutting down some unnecessary expenses, then I'm just gonna do that, because there's a lot of gig jobs people could do, and you could work from home. And you know, if a lot of people, if you want to work from home and do tech support, customer service, or work in the chat room, Apple, and it's a lot of companies they hiring. They're not paying as much. They pay 12, 13, $14 an hour, working from home for several months. Like this year, let me tell you, if anybody who's doing these gig jobs full time, or you do it 35 hours, 40 hours a week, um, this is the open enrollment for insurance. And Broadpath is hiring for people to work from home. They'll send you the equipment. They'll even send you because I have an interview with them um, next week. It's supposed to start November 19th, which is the day after my birthday, to work from home. Um, they pay $13.50 an hour. I know I probably could take. I know I could probably. I know I would get that job because they need people, and it's supposed to last till March. But I don't know if I could do that because I'll be working at this other company in a couple. Not next week, but the week after next. So it may be a conflict in regards to like schedule and time. So I don't know if I could do that unless I ask them if they have part time, and I could do like a few hours in the evening after I get off from work from this other job. So, but if not, if it doesn't work out, then I say okay, thank you, because I know there's a whole bunch of other companies that's looking for people to work from home. Yes, I'll be starting that job on the 12th of October. They asked me 3 times, Lillian. They called me today. They called me yesterday. They sent me a text today. Yeah, I took it. Yes, I'm available. God dang. You know, thank you. But they were like, so then my friend, she's the coworker that worked with me at the other job. She works there now. She told me they were looking for people to be team leads and quality and trainer. So I said, "Ooh, that's great opportunity." So I said, "You know what? Um, if I get to work there, it still works to my advantage for opportunities." So yeah, that's probably what it is. They was like, "Are you still available? You still there and this and that or whatever." Because there's a lot of money these companies have to pay to you know, for them to pay. I took the drug test. I took the background. They did the background check already and everything. Yeah, because because Chick-fil-A and ADP, I know it's only been last week Monday when I interviewed with ADP, but I was like, God dang, I'm still waiting. And I know it takes time. It's just that I don't want to be put in a position where I started working and then they tell me, oh, can you come on and interview that day? That's what I don't want to happen. That's what I don't want to happen. And I want to be able to um, know the status by the 12th. So that way, if the job is canceled or if they interview me, say the 8th, and then they say, okay, we're going to offer you the job, then at least I know I could make a decision to tell someone no or yes, you know. Because I don't want to take a job just to turn around and cancel and then wait for a decision to be made. So this is it's just ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know. So hopefully, maybe I'm being antsy about it, but maybe I just need to just relax, chill, like Lynn would tell me. Lynn, I know you're gonna tell me. You need to. Sometimes you need to be peace and quiet, and let my mind rest about it. What time is it, y'all? Hold on, I'm supposed to be putting my app on for deliv. Yeah, I appreciate too that I do have deliv to carry me through, plus the withdrawal of my thrift account from my retirement account, even though I didn't want to take out that money, but I had to do what I had to do temporarily and built myself back up. I can't wait till I finish paying off this dang car so that way I won't be freeing up a car note and I ain't got to worry about a car note and then my insurance will be lower. So that's really the big chunk of my expense. That could lower my monthly expenses considerably. Then I got to go ahead and commit to paying back those student loans and pay off my credit card, and that's it. And then I could just concentrate on paying off my house, paying that down for the next 5 years. If not, that's my goal, is to pay off my mortgage in 5 to 6 years. I don't want to go 15. I'm not doing 20. I just want to pay that off as soon as possible. Hold on, because I'm supposed to be in delivered available. And I'm sitting here waiting at Discount Tires for my tires. They should be finished. Let me see where they at. Hold on a second, y'all. But it was only for me to return this package back to Best Buy. I'm just going to do that when I leave out of here. Oh, I got to make a payment to my electric company. So make that pit stop on my way into Atlanta. Okay, let me see where they at. Hell no, my car's still not parked out there, waiting. Hold on, you see, ask them something real quick.
Hey, how are you?
Fine. How long does it take for my car to be next?
The Optima?
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna take them 15 seconds.
Why, mine's going under the hood yet?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's grabbing it right now. We're doing what, one tire? Is that right?
Yes, and I need the other tire to be make sure they check the pressure, tire pressure. I have to get the other tires when I come back.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll probably be done now that they're pulling it in there. You'll be done in the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
It take 15, 20 minutes to mount and do all that stuff?
You ever change time?
Nope. Do I look like I can change the tire?
Yeah. I mean, you have a
Besides,
lower...
I don't even have a spare. You know those new cars don't have a spare
isn't that
tire?
a shame?
I should have asked them that when I bought that damn Kia.
Golly, they gave you some slime and a little air pump, didn't they? No, not even that?
What do you mean slime?
They do, a lot of these cars are doing like some fix-a-flat slime and then a little air pump you can plug into the lighter instead of a spare.
They ain't give me that. Is that limited 4,000 cars they made? They didn't even give me that for the price I paid for that car?
Mm-hmm.
I should have, you know.
It's crazy, isn't it? Well,
I'm not buying another car no more. I'm just going to drive that car down to the ground.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want to do a spare, I'm sure the space is there for it. And we have like black steel wheels. You can put a used tire or a cheap tire on there and have a spare.
I'm already putting a cheap tire on there. You mean
like for a spare.
A little tire boot, what they call it, a donut?
A little donut? I wouldn't do a donut. I mean, you could, but just do a full size, like a normal size tire. The space is probably in the trunk to put one in there.
I discussed that when I get my other two replaced.
Yeah. Yeah, just as an option.
Alrighty.
But yeah, it shouldn't take them too much longer. You'll be out of here pretty soon.
Alright, where's your bath? Right there?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, when I bought my car, I was like, wait a minute. It doesn't come with a spare. Oops. Hold on, y'all. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna put the phone in. Ugh. Look like this. Hey. Love. Ooh, that's good, Lily. I need to do that. Pay off some of these dang debts. Mike, these 2 years have been rough. From losing my government job, my credit was in the mid 700s. It plummeted so bad to 100 points. I was like, get me some water. As much as I like to complain sometimes about some of these companies, I do have to say that I don't know how I did it. I mean, I know how I did it, but how I was to work these gig jobs along with my savings to still pay my bills. You have a bill, big house that is expensive. Oh, thank you. Oh, trust me, I made me some major mistakes too. And although I bought my house when it was real cheap, when it was in a down economy. But just the keep up of it could be a pain. So that's one of my decisions I would have to make. But the way how Atlanta is, finding affordable housing, you know, paying $940 something dollars on a mortgage a month, you're not gonna find that in no rent. I'm not gonna find no rent for 900 something dollars a month unless it's in the ghetto, in the hood somewhere, and not safe, and it's like roach infested kind of setup. Ain't you gonna find no place like that, especially if it's gonna be far away. So, but I'm grateful for everything that I have. Trust me. I hope he's not trying to catch somebody's attention with that cough. He need to drink some water. Get that little thing out of his throat. Ooh, I know I've been dehydrated because I know I ain't been drinking no water. I'm gonna get me another one before I leave here. At least get two more. I'm gonna try to sneak two, maybe three. See, at Discount Tires, they always have water. I like it when you don't have money, then all of a sudden you do. You start living. Yeah. But see, I never been the one to you're laughing. You laughing at what I said about that throat? Clearing up the throat? Yeah. I'm so afraid to write out my budget on paper that it kind of makes me like, my God, if I truly wrote out everything, hmm, I'm maybe it gives me realization because when I do my Bank of America and they tell me, oh, you overspent negative $300 and stuff, you know, it's amazing though. I could tell you that. I guess maybe what I should do, and part of my new tax series, I guess you could say, is how to Maybe I could do a budget. I don't know. Maybe I could write my little book. You just done what? You just done. Want to see it? Oh, trust me, I've written out my budget. Give me the guys. Yeah, exactly. They got a whole refrigerator of it. They got a whole refrigerator of water.
He's gonna be here next 10 minutes.
He should be almost finished with my car. He said 15 more minutes. Now I can finally be able to drive in peace. Because I could tell you, that dang back tire, oof, I could tell I mean, it was like low tire pressure, low tire. I could just tell it. I was like, you know what? I'm just taking a chance. I don't know if deliv will give me any orders today. I'm gonna find out in the next hour or so. I'm gonna go over. I might see if I get any Amazon restaurant deliveries today. Maybe because I'm not doing no packages with Amazon. Doing Amazon with packages compared to deliv, you get paid way better than deliv on any given day. Shoot. I just think that Amazon, the way how they got theirs done, they say, oh, we pay $25 an hour. They may pay $25 an hour for 3 hours, but you're not working 3 hours with Amazon unless you're lucky to get 2 packages or 5 or maybe 10. But when you have all those packages with Amazon, 38 packages, 35 packages, and they want you to go all the way to dang Elia, Georgia or somewhere. Glad you got it fixed. I had a dead battery 2 weeks ago. Luckily, it was during the week. I wasn't doing delivery. Oh, goodness gracious. I can imagine. I'm glad I had, you know what? When I first did Amazon at the facility warehouse, it was when I was an employee at Amazon last year. I drove my car all the way to Smyrna, which is like 40 minutes away from where I live. I drove all the way to Smyrna. When I finally got to the facility, my tire was flat as a pancake. I was driving, it took me, and I took the back way. That tire went flat, and it was like doo 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 doo. And I got all the way to the interview, and I had a flat tire. It was shredded. I was like, it took me all the way to the job, to that place for an interview, and I had to drive that tire and go to the nearest place to get a new tire, and drove on that rim. I matter of fact, I want to say that was the last time I had bought that. It was one of the tires that was I want to say it was in the back because it was the front. Probably was the front or the back. No, the back tire. It was flat to the tire. I was like, I've done that twice. Drove the tire all the way down to the point where I was on the rim, and I could have destroyed the rim. The rim could be bent, and then I would have to buy a brand new rim. But those rims on that Kia is expensive, so I was like, I wore my tire out to the dang when they had nothing on it, Boy, when they say mileage on there, I'll drive mine to the point. But I was like, thank God. God must have watched over me. It seems like Amazon takes advantage of your guys, then they get mad when you can't finish. I don't know how anyone can finish. Exactly. They was like, "There's a reason why you didn't finish these packages." Yeah, because y'all sending me to like 4 different towns. That's like going to Tennessee. What do you expect? I could have drove to Augusta and back to Georgia. Oh, I like to live. Now, last night, the live had me going somewhere when the business was closed, but I like to live. Yes. Hold on, see, they might be ready for me.
Have y'all finished up here?
You
Get
finished?
get your receipt for you, okay?
All right. Did you put check the tires and the other tires too? Thank goodness. All right, let me get me some more water before I leave. Make sure, cause my tires better not look all low.
Did they ever bring your people?
They said I could pay with a check.
Yeah.
How much
on
is
the
it?
kiosk, am I right?
Yes.
Would go ahead and set up with it.
They put tire in the other tire. Why I still look low?
Looks normal to me. He had you set up at 129.04. 129 and 4 cents.
All right. Yeah.
Going on check.
Mhm.
As a personal check.
Yes. See how they driving with the door open.
Crazy. Alright, and you have your driver's license on?
Yes. You have a pen?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem.
Now that does was that include that warranty thing was if the tire goes you can fix it for free?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? I'm trying to understand what is
If the tire is damaged beyond repair and we can't safely repair it, we replace it for free. You get a brand new tire for free and the installation for free.
but how would damage occur other than normal wear and tear? I mean you
Like,
go over
say you get a nail in the tire and drive on it when it's flat, or the nail in the tire is too big, or the nail's in the sidewall. That makes the tire not safe to be repaired, so we would replace it for free.
so if I drive in Atlanta and it punches over a nail and that's gonna be that tire gets replaced?
Not necessarily. There is like safe zone. So as long as the nail is not super big and it's in this tread patch, we can do a repair on it.
Oh, yeah,
but
I'm
say if
saying
it's out
when-
here,
No, I'm saying what is that thing that's covered? If I run over something,
it covers.
however it goes, wherever it goes, that tire is replaced for free. That's what I'm asking.
Depending on where it's at. If it's in a safe repair area, we repair it for free.
Yeah, but if
But
it's not,
if it's not, we replace it for free.
and it's for the first 50,000 miles, right?
Lifetime of the tire.
Lifetime as long as I'm owning the vehicle, not lifetime.
What's the lifetime of the tire / you owning the vehicle? Yeah.
That's already included in that price that I just paid for?
Yeah.
And it's not a mileage warranty, it's based on the...
That one is a discount tire exclusive warranty.
So the nail, you don't know when the nail gonna get in, how or where, but I drive that car and I say, okay, this car needs to be fixed, then y'all fix it. If it's fixable. If it's nailed outside, then you replace it with a new tire.
Yeah, brand new tire.
Okay, just checking. What is it? One?
$129.04.
What's today's date?
The 26th.
I'm trying to think. When I bought a tire, well, I must have went somewhere else and got it because
It should ask you real quick for a signature after that. Just approving the sale today.
thank you. Give up my driver's license. Let me see. Thank you. All right, and give me some more water for the road. You know, you have to ask those questions twice, 3 times. One, two. So you gotta ask those questions 2, 3 times because you be paying for something. Because I know for a fact, if that's the case, shoot, that thing, that Corolla, I bought tires from here. I should bring it right back and let them fix it. Uh-oh. Yeah, some of these places, boy, they be, they be charging you, you got a warranty, or you pay for something that they said they're going to replace the tire for a lifetime. What that mean? Because, let me tell you, that Walmart, they wanted to, oh shoot, oh, you know what, I do it tomorrow. I could do it online. Yay, my car drives good now. I can immediately tell the difference, boy. Driving on some dang badass tires, I could feel it. I could tell the difference. Car drives smooth now. My car was driving rough. I said, well, goddamn. And I could tell. It feels well balanced. It don't feel like I'm driving low. That's probably why I'm burning up a lot of gas. If you got bad tires and your tires ain't good, you could waste a lot of gas on that too. Now I ain't gotta worry about being blown out. Shoot. Now I'm gonna just buy me some new tires for the front. But that back tires, boy, it's almost pulling. It's like, I don't know what it does. It makes a big difference. Oh yeah, they put the proper amount of the air tires. Now it's about to rain. Look at all these dang clouds. I'm just gonna go to this thing. Best Buy on Piedmont, bring this package back. I doubt they'll give me any orders today. I'll be surprised if they do, but I doubt it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I was so concerned because I was like, I can't go to South Carolina, drive 300 something miles and 300 something miles back with some bad tires. They told me it's better to have bad tires in the front in the back than the front, because if you have bad tires that's in the front and something happens, you can lose control of your car like that. Whereas in the back, you can control the car if anything was to happen. But thank God, God will always protect you, but you know, it's better to have issues with the back than the front. And I'm gonna have to get, you know, then I'm gonna rotate my tires more. I'm glad too, Lynn. Now when I come back next week, when I get some more money, then I'm gonna replace the front tires. The 2 tires in the front. So and I know a lot of people be telling me you should order the tires online and you could get it delivered at home. I said, what sense does that make? Then I'm gonna drive around with 4 tires to take it somewhere to have someone put the tires on, when you can just you can order the tires online and have it, you know, order tires online and then the tires will be sent to the store or whatever. But everything ain't meant to be bought on no Amazon. Everybody's like, Amazon. Why would I want to buy Amazon tickets from Amazon? Someone got to mount the tire, you know, do the labor. By the time you do all that, and you could have gone to Discount Tires, and they'll do everything, and then you get a lifetime free tire rotation plus. If something happens with the tire, just like y'all confirmed with me, y'all heard him say it, right? That they got a nail in this tire, or something happened, they'll turn around and give me a new tire. I had a feeling that when I bought my other tire, I think I went to Kaufman Tires, that I probably paid for that too and didn't even take advantage of them to fix it. But who knew? I know in Atlanta, all this fixing up and all this construction they be going on. Trust and believe, you're gonna get a nail in it some way or another. A nail will be in your tire. Driving through these Atlanta streets. There will always be something in Atlanta. These raggedy ass streets. But you know what though? When I went to Walmart had quoted me the cheapest tire they got going on was $108, or $110, but that didn't even include the tax. Look at this raining. it would have cost me just the same. I won't say it's the same price, but Walmart is not always cheaper than I realize, especially when it's for something like tires. They are not always cheaper. I think out of all of them, the best place in terms of price, I would have to say Discount Tires, hands down. Maybe Kaufman Tires, maybe the next, but Firestone, I went online to look at Firestone for the cheapest tires they got. They pricey. Firestone is expensive for the cheapest tires, and it could be the same thing. Trying to look for my dang. They are not cheap, I can tell you that. I had my charger thing. I hope I didn't leave it because I hate to go back. Well, it only costs what, $1. If I have it, I have it. If I don't, then I may have to go and get me another one. I got Goodrich for my Equinox. They were expensive. Okay. You know, all these places pretty much sells the same manufactured tires. And then some of them say they have their own exclusive brand names. But they all made by the same companies, made by the same factories. You know, it ain't, in my opinion, I don't think it's that much of a difference. Look at this. It's raining. It's raining. It's raining. Look at this. Store closing. Everything must go. Check sales. CK. Now, if anybody didn't know that meant check sales, who would have known? It's a small place that sells wine. They're going out of business, so they got to get rid of all of that wine. Oh, well. If I was a wine drinker, that would have been something I would have stopped by just to see what he got. But since I'm not, oh shoot. I don't know what happened to my charger thing. At least I got this other extra charger. Show everything. Rain, rain, go away. See, it's supposed to rain the whole week. It's gonna rain. I hope it don't be that bad because I hate driving in the rain, especially if it's long distance like that. But I'm just gonna take my time. Somebody always say make sure you drive. I'm gonna say make sure you drive on the tires before I drive long distance when you buy brand new tires. Ooh, it's hot. Look at this. It's sunny and raining at the same time. Let me see if I can show y'all. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's literally sunny and raining at the same time. How strange is this? Let me look. Look at this. Y'all see that? I don't see no rainbow. I don't see no rainbow in the sky. Hey, y'all went down. Y'all got tired looking at this video stream. Alright. Let me go ahead and talk to y'all tomorrow. There's too many cops around here and I don't want nobody to think that I got the phone in my hand. So, alright y'all. I will talk to y'all later. I'll be back later on in the evening. Alright, bye.